Okay, it is Sunday, September 7th. This is a trade review from Friday. I'm kind of doing these journals. I'm going to try the video thing and see how it goes. So, this was from Friday the 5th. I had been getting up early, or earlier, I should say. I was getting up and basically sitting at the desk when pre market opened at 5 o'clock, but it didn't give me enough time to prep for the day. So, I've been getting up a little bit earlier so I can get to the desk about half an hour early and check out watch list, look at the market, and just some things like that. So this is Friday morning. Um, VEEE was on my watch list early at 4:45, and it was actually moving. Um, so you can see it here. This is about 450 right in here, and but I couldn't take any trades on that yet. Thinkorswim doesn't allow it before 7 a.m., 5 a.m. local for me here. So these, I was just watching these and I couldn't do anything about it. And then right at 5 a.m., pre market opens, and I was watching volume, MACD. And so I basically use, in order to find this stock, I use Ross Cameron's 5 pillars um, to find the stock. I think Friday I had like 4 or 5 stocks that I was looking at. Basically, you're looking for stocks that are up over 10%, high relative volume above at least two, share prices between 2 and 20. I generally prefer 2 to 5 or 2 to 10. Sometimes I'll go as low as $1, but that's only if it's super slow. And then the news or a catalyst, which I kind of generally disregard because by the time news comes out, it's popping. So I'm not really like looking for news, but news would be a catalyst. And then a low float, 20 million shares or fewer. Sometimes if it's low, I'll look at 50 million shares, but somewhere in that neighborhood to find the stocks on my watch list, which VEEE was one of. And so it looked good to me. And I took this first trade right here at 5 a.m. and jumped out at 501. So I hit my stops, being 15 cents as a target price and 5% as a stop loss. Um, and so normally I'll mark those out. I'll put lines on here just to give me a visual representation of my stops, but I didn't have to because it just popped and I met my target, and that was it. So that was my first trade. That was basically within 1 minute. And then the second trade came up right here on VEEE, and none of the other stocks that were on my watch list were looking good. So um, this was 714. I'm sorry, yeah, 714 East Coast, 514 local for me. Same thing. Now down here, if you look at MACD, um, some people say when the MACD crosses, that's when it looks good. But I found that because I used to print out all my charts and highlight them and mark them up, I noticed that when MACD is, even if it's negative, if it's converging like it is right here, it's potential um, to be a good trade. And so that I started watching it right here, which was like the minute before, and then it continued and it continued, and volume and price popped, and then that was when I jumped in, um, and I jumped out of that at 7:15, which was a minute later. Um, and then so that was the first 15 minutes on Friday morning, and I don't think I've ever taken two trades within 15 minutes like that, two green trades especially. And so I actually trying to control myself to keep myself grounded or from becoming arrogant. I took a break because there's a lot of action over here. It continued to look good. Like here at 7:30, there was another opportunity right here. 748 was another opportunity right here. And so I didn't want to get too proud and end up making a bad decision and lose anything from my first two trades this morning, on that morning on Friday. And then so I took a break, came back to the desk, and was checking out my other um, stocks on the watch list. And I went back and re-looked at my screens. I have a screener on Webull, and I use one on Thinkorswim. I haven't really narrowed it down yet, so I have a few that I use. And I just kind of look around. I'll kind of just check X out and see what's going on in Discord just to see what people are talking about. And then so I didn't see anything moving. And then so at 6:30, this was about an hour later, hour and 15 minutes later, V continued to look pretty good. And so I took this trade right here at 8:32 Eastern time, 6:30 my time, 6:32 my time. And so that one, 2 minutes later, I got out of that one in another green trade. And I should have taken better notes on my price points. But anyway, so that was three trades that I had taken on Friday morning. And that was before the market opened. This was like an hour and a half in. Normally, I allow myself three trades each morning based on the capital that I have available. And I put them, I have a little spreadsheet, and maybe I'll show that sometime down the line. Um, so based on my spreadsheet, I kind of split up my capital for a max loss for each trade. And so then I give myself three trades each day um, based on 5% loss anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to print these out. These three are going to go in my playbook. Um, Obviously, three green trades would have been my best of the day. They might not be the best trades overall. There's probably better trades that could have been taken. But for me, what I did on Friday was pretty good, and so kind of ended the week green, and which was nice. My consistency has been up quite a bit since August. Initially in August, I kind of noticed that my consistency was doing really well, and in the middle of the month, I let's see, before August, I don't know, 15th or so, I was still using very small size, and I would buy like 1 to 5 stocks. I was being super cautious, trying to protect my capital. I think I was still trying to learn and stuff. And then I created a basic spreadsheet, not the one I use right now. And I noticed that the spreadsheet that I had used, it gave me stops and a target when I punched my numbers in. And because I'm still learning discipline, and I was doing the math in my head prior to that. And so my trades were a lot slower because I'm trying to do the math all in my head and figure it out, get in a trade, where's my stop, where's my target, and I'm trying to think about it. It's just taking too much mental capacity for me to kind of do everything all at once. So after I created that spreadsheet, it really helped me to not have to think in the middle of a trade. It just, if I saw a trade, I could just take it, and then I already knew exactly where my stops were, like exactly the numbers. And so I gave myself those guardrails, and it really helped my consistency ever since I created that little spreadsheet. I kind of fixed it, made it a little bit better since then. Um, and so, but that's really helped my consistency since August. And so now, the first week of September, looking good. I still have a lot to learn, of course, and but I still study after primarily Ross Cameron. He's the only one I study after every day, and then there's a couple others that I watch, just based, because strategy and psychology and stuff. I like SMB Capital and things like that. So. Yeah, so this is Friday trade and review. For me, this is the A trade. All three of these were A trades, and kind of exciting. So I'm looking forward to the markets again tomorrow morning.